So we got the Turbo Ford Ranger running, so now we're going to put a little bit of much needed attention to the LS Swap Infiniti. As you can see, the intake manifold's off. It didn't have a gasket. It wasn't bolted in anyways. This Valley gasket looks good, so we're not going to mess with that. It needs a valve cover gasket. This is missing a couple bolts, but we got enough to kind of secure the perimeter, so we'll put a gasket on it and then throw it back in and see what we get. Alright, so the intake manifold is back on. The one valve cover is back on. I actually had an issue with this. I don't know whether it was from when the engine got put in or whatever, but it bent it out of shape. Couldn't get the intake manifold lined up, so it took me a little bit to figure that was interfering with it. We have the EV1 or EV6 to EV14 adapters on. This is from Michigan Motorsports. We're not a dealer for them or anything. That's just where I bought it from. So we've got that on. So what we're going to do is start running the harness now. So we'll start off with just doing just the injectors for now and then going from there. All right, so if you look at this harness, it says 58X and 24X. This is in regards to the trigger wheels. So there's a 58X and a 24X. The easiest way to figure this out is looking at the sensors themselves. If the sensor is black, then you have a 24X. If your sensor is gray, you have a 58X. So for us, we have a black, so we're going to be using the 24X connector. All right, so as you guys can see, the passenger side header is off again, and that's because the camshaft sensor is there. Or the crankshaft sensor, excuse me. So it's, if you follow this down, it's on the other side of the starter. It's kind of a pain to get to, but you can get it. And then if you follow the black wire down here, that's to our cam sensor there. It's a really poor spot to see it, but let's see if I can get it for you guys. So there's the cam. Keep in mind that the connectors are the same. But they only go to one spot. So meaning that the connectors will click in, but their cam and crank are obviously different sensors. So there's two of these sub harnesses. You basically have to just look for the location of your map. So here's the IAC and here's the TPS. Our map sensor's in the further back, so we'll be using this harness and the map goes back here. On the other harness, the map is closer to the front, so we're not using that one. All right, so we came across another small setback. So looking at this is actually wired for like LS2 style coils. We obviously have LS1 style coils, so that's not going to work. I don't know if they make an adapter or not, so we're gonna have to figure that out. Whether we'll order new coils or see if they make an adapter or rewire that, I don't know. So unfortunately, that's kind of got us at a stop right now. So we've got some stuff done. We've got the intake manifold gasket, the valve cover gasket back on. We've got some of the sub harnesses ran, not quite all of them. But so we're making some progress. Something is better than nothing, right?